My fiancée let go of my hand and ran the moment her ex burst into the hall shouting, "Come back to me." The entire hall froze, and she vanished into the darkness as she ran. I grabbed the mic and simply said, "Open bar, the party goes on." 72 hours later, her trembling call came. "He left me too. Even took the car." Then she whispered, "I feel like someone's following me. Can I come back?" Dear friends, please subscribe to my channel. It's very important for my encouragement. Thank you. I'm Daniel, 32, and 6 months ago, I thought I had everything figured out. I proposed to Sarah on a foggy morning at Cannon Beach, and when she said yes, I genuinely believed we were building something permanent. We'd been together for 3 years, met at a mutual friend's barbecue, clicked immediately over our shared love of terrible action movies and expensive coffee. She worked in marketing downtown, and I'd recently cashed out my share in a tech startup that had done surprisingly well. Not retire early money, but enough to feel secure. The engagement party was my idea. I rented this industrial loft venue with exposed brick and string lights, hired a decent DJ, and worked with a caterer who promised farm-to-table everything. 70 people, friends, family, co-workers. We'd spent weeks planning every detail. Sarah seemed excited, though looking back, there was something off in those final days. She'd been distant, checked her phone constantly, gave vague answers when I asked if everything was okay. "Just stressed about work," she'd say. "You know how it gets." I believed her. Why wouldn't I? The night of the party, everything was perfect. Sarah wore this emerald green dress that made her eyes look impossibly bright. We made our entrance around 7 p.m. to applause and cheers, posed for photos, thanked everyone for coming. My mom was crying happy tears. Her dad gave me this firm handshake and said, "You're good for her, son." I felt like the luckiest man alive. Around 8 p.m., I noticed Sarah getting twitchy. She kept glancing toward the entrance, her smile becoming forced. I asked if she was feeling all right, and she just nodded quickly, squeezing my hand. "I'm fine. This is amazing, Daniel." Then the doors at the back burst open with a bang that made everyone jump. The music didn't stop immediately, but conversations died as people turned to look. This guy came striding in, tall, athletic build, dark hair, leather jacket. He was scanning the crowd frantically, and when his eyes locked on Sarah, everything changed. "Sarah," he shouted across the venue. "Sarah, please. Don't do this." I felt Sarah go rigid beside me. Her hand, warm in mine, suddenly went cold and clammy. I turned to her, confused, about to ask what was happening, when I felt it, her fingers sliding out of mine. "I'm sorry," she whispered, and then she was moving. Running. Her heels clicked frantically against the hardwood as she bolted toward him, weaving between shocked guests. I watched, frozen, as she reached him and he grabbed her hands, pulling her close. Then they were both moving toward the exit, his arm around her waist, and they disappeared into the parking lot. The DJ cut the music. 70 people stood in absolute silence, all eyes turning toward me. I was still holding 2 champagne glasses, my mouth hanging open. Sarah's mom had both hands over her face. My best friend Jake was already moving toward me, his expression somewhere between rage and pity. The silence stretched for what felt like an hour. Then someone coughed. The murmurs started building, and I knew I had one moment to decide how this night would be remembered. I walked to the DJ booth. The DJ looked at me with wide, terrified eyes. I took the microphone, clicked it on, and heard feedback screech through the speakers. "Open bar," I said clearly. "The party goes on." Dead silence. Then Jake started clapping slowly. A few people joined in, tentative. Someone laughed, that shocked, disbelieving laugh you make when you can't process what's happening. I handed the mic back and said, "Play whatever they want. Charge everything to my tab." Within 5 minutes, people were drinking. Heavily. My friends rallied around me, asking if I wanted to leave, if I was okay. I told them to please just act normal. Gradually, awkwardly, the party resumed. It was surreal, watching people dance and drink expensive whiskey while my engagement party had just imploded. Sarah's mom, Margaret, approached me around 9:30. Her eyes were red, mascara smudged. "Daniel, I am so sorry. That was Connor. They dated for 4 years before you." She told me it was over, she swore. "It's okay, Margaret," I said, and weirdly, I meant it. "Not your fault. She loved you," Margaret insisted, gripping my arm. "I don't understand what just happened." "Neither do I. I said. But I think we both just got our answer about whether she was ready to marry me. The party went until midnight. I'd paid for the venue until then, and some petty part of me wanted to use every minute. Around 11 p.m., my phone buzzed. A text from Sarah. I'm so sorry. I can explain. Please call me. Jake grabbed my phone and typed back, don't contact this number again. Then he blocked her. Trust me, he said. Future you will thank me. At 11:30, I requested one final song. I Will Survive. The DJ gave me this look of pure respect and played it. The remaining 30 people formed a circle and sang along at the top of their lungs. It was absurd. It was cathartic. Update 1. I woke up the next morning with 37 missed calls. Most from Sarah, several from numbers I didn't recognize. There were dozens of texts. I didn't read them. I called a locksmith instead. He arrived by 11 a.m. By noon I had new keys and a deadbolt that actually worked. Then I called my buddy Trevor, who worked in property management, about the apartment situation. The lease was in my name. Sarah had been paying utilities while I covered rent. Around 3 p.m., I heard it. A key scraping against the lock, trying and failing. Then pounding. Daniel, please open the door. I can explain. I walked to the door and opened it about 6 inches, keeping the chain lock engaged. She looked wrecked. Still wearing that emerald dress, now wrinkled and stained. Makeup streaked down her face. Hair a mess. You have 10 seconds, I said. Connor showed up out of nowhere. She started desperately. He's been texting me for weeks, saying he made a mistake, that he wanted me back. I kept blocking him, but last night he said if I didn't talk to him he'd make a scene, so I went outside to tell him it was over. You ran to him. I interrupted flatly. You let go of my hand and ran to your ex in front of 70 people at our engagement party. I know how it looked, but I was trying to get him out of there. How it looked? Something cracked in my chest. Sarah, you didn't hesitate. You didn't look at me, didn't say a word. You just ran. Everyone there saw what I refused to see, that you were never really mine. That's not true. She was sobbing now. I love you, Daniel. I chose you, and then you unchose me the second he showed up. I said. Where is he now? Why isn't Prince Charming here? She went quiet. Look down. He left, she whispered. We went to his apartment to talk, and he said he just wanted to see if he could get me back. That it was about ego. This morning he was gone. I almost laughed. So you're here because he didn't want you either. No. I realized I made a horrible mistake. Please, Daniel. We can work through this. I looked at her and felt absolutely nothing. No anger, no love, no pity. Just emptiness. Goodbye, Sarah, I said, and closed the door. She stayed outside for 20 minutes, crying, begging, pounding. I put on headphones and answered emails. Eventually, she left. Update 2. For 2 days, things were quiet. I'd blocked her everywhere. I packed her remaining things, put them in boxes by the door, and texted her mom to arrange pickup. Margaret came Tuesday with Sarah's sister, both apologetic and awkward. They took the boxes without much conversation. I was staying functional. Gym, meeting Jake for lunch, taking calls about potential projects. I was going to be okay. Then Friday night, 3 days after the party, my phone rang. Unknown number. Daniel. Her voice was shaking, barely a whisper. Sarah, how did you? He took everything. She cut me off. Connor. My car, my credit cards. I'm at some motel off Highway 9, and I don't know what to do. I should have hung up. Call the police. I did. They said without proof there's nothing they can do. The car's technically in both our names, and I gave him the cards, so. She trailed off crying. Daniel, I'm scared. Someone keeps knocking on my door at night. I keep seeing the same car in the parking lot with the lights off. Sarah, I know I have no right to ask, but please, can I just come back? Just to stay somewhere safe? I'll sleep on the couch. I won't bother you. The silence stretched. Part of me wanted to help, but the other part, the part that had watched her choose someone else in front of 70 people, felt only cold resolve. You made your choice, I said quietly. Live with it. Someone's outside my door right now, she whispered frantically. I can see the shadow. Daniel, please. I hung up. Blocked the number. Turned off my phone. Update 3. A week passed. I'd moved important stuff to Jake's place while figuring out next steps. The apartment felt too full of memories I didn't want. Then Sarah's mom called from her own number. Daniel, Sarah's here now, and I'm worried. Really worried. I sighed. Margaret, she's paranoid, jumping at every sound. Says Connor's stalking her, but we haven't seen evidence. She showed me texts from numbers that don't exist when we call back. I think she's having a breakdown. Then get her professional help, I said. A therapist. I'm not qualified, and honestly, I'm not interested. She destroyed her career too, Margaret continued, voice breaking. Stopped showing up to work, got fired. Connor used her credit cards to rack up nearly $30,000 in debt. She's talking about bankruptcy. Her life is falling apart, and I think she needs to know there's a path back. There isn't a path back through me, I said firmly. I'm sorry she's suffering, but she made a choice that showed me exactly where I ranked. I can't be her safety net because her first choice didn't work out. Margaret was quiet. You know, I told her you were too good for her when you started dating. I said, don't screw this up. But I guess some people are determined to self-destruct. Take care of her, Margaret, I said softly. But I can't be part of this anymore. I understand. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. You deserved better. After we hung up, I sat in Jake's guest room staring at the wall. Part of me felt guilty. Shouldn't I help someone in crisis? But Sarah didn't need me. She needed professional help, family support, and time. What she wanted was for me to fix everything because it was easier than doing the work herself. I wasn't going to be that for her. Final update. It's been 2 months since the engagement party. I found a new apartment downtown with huge windows and zero memories. I've been hitting the gym 5 days a week, picked up rock climbing, and even went on a few dates. Nothing serious. Just nice to remember what it feels like to be chosen deliberately. Sarah's still with her parents, working part-time at her mom's friend's boutique while seeing a therapist twice weekly. Connor was spotted in Nevada, though no one knows for sure. The credit card fraud case is ongoing. She's asked about me through mutual friends, wants to know if we could talk for closure. I've told everyone the same thing, no? Not because I hate her, I don't anymore. The rage has cooled into indifference. She's just someone I used to know who taught me an expensive lesson about trust and self-respect. Last week, Jake and I were having drinks when he asked, "Do you regret how you handled it?" The open bar thing, cutting her off, refusing to help when she was scared. I thought about it, swirling whiskey in my glass. No, she didn't just break my heart. She humiliated me in front of everyone I care about, then expected me to be her rescue plan. I'm not anyone's second choice. He nodded. Fair. But, open bar, the party goes on. That's legendary forever. I laughed. I have become a minor legend. The guy who turned his worst moment into a weird victory. Some think it was badass. Others think it was cold. I think it was survival. My mom called last week to check in. Are you doing okay, honey? Really okay? Yeah, Mom. I said and meant it. I think I am. I don't know what the future holds. Maybe in 5 years I'll be married to someone who would never dream of letting go of my hand. Maybe I'll still be single, building a life that's completely my own. Either way, I'm not waiting by the door anymore. I'm not anyone's backup plan. And I'm definitely never planning another engagement party. Edit 1. For everyone asking, yes, the party was expensive. Around $8,000 total. I didn't ask Sarah's family to contribute or pay me back. Margaret tried to give me a check for half, but I refused. Some things aren't about money. Edit 2. Connor never contacted me directly. According to the grapevine, he deleted all social media after the credit card situation. Someone claimed they saw him at a car dealership in Reno, but who knows? I hope he gets his life together, not for his sake, but so Sarah has no excuse to keep him as the villain in her narrative. Edit 3. To those saying I should have helped her at the motel, I hear you. It sounds cold, but she had family, friends, resources, and a working phone. What she didn't have was the right to use me as emotional support after what she did. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is walk away completely. That's where I'm at now, and honestly, it feels pretty good.